Today we're finally waterproofing our concrete roof. Previously, we stabilized and poured the concrete roof. Then we placed lines of bricks down the sides of the house and angled concrete to make sure water isn't flowing off the sides of the house. Now we need to lay down a liner and apply elastomeric thermal waterproofing that will help seal the roof, preventing any leaks and weather degradation. We have a couple extra people helping us out today, so we have our work cut out for us. Let's get into it. First, we had to start off by making sure the surface is smooth. The styrofoam you see sticking out is where the intake for the air conditioning is. We're just going to cover the hole in styrofoam, and in the future when we install the AC, we'll just cut it out. The process is pretty straightforward. First, you apply the elastomeric paint to the surface of the roof. This acts as a sealant in waterproofing, preventing water from seeping into the concrete. Then you take a membrane liner and place it down. The paint on the roof's surface also acts as an adhesive, holding down the membrane. Then you take more elastomeric paint and apply it liberally to the top of the membrane, further sealing and protecting it. There's a bunch of dirt and the styrofoam is all over the place, so I needed to sweep up and clean the roof. Finishing up the smaller kitchen roof, we moved on to the wider portion of the house, starting at one end with the roll of membrane and stretching it all the way across the roof. I see Mormons a lot in the city, but this is the first time I've seen them in the Agricola our property is in. Unfortunately, they didn't come closer to our street, so I wasn't able to see where in the US they came from. These guys are employees of my suegro's fabrication shop, and their help today was instrumental. They were also comfortable with the camera, so definitely appreciate that. Now we're almost at the end, just a few more rows to complete. Finally, we have a completed roof that is properly protected on the sides, angled downwards to the front, and protected from leaks. Here's a reminder of what it looked like before. There's just a slight bump left where the AC intake is, but that will only be a temporary problem until we install the central AC system. just some minor spots where we will need to touch it up and flatten it down. Obviously there's a slight overhang to protect the edges, and then it will be covered up when we plaster the exterior walls. So the backyard we spent time cleaning is now messy again because we were sweeping the rooftop and there was all the acetone from where the air conditioning unit goes, so waste of time last week I guess, but it's dirty again. Also, I am super dirty. My boobs, my pants, my shirt, my arms. A lot of work today. That was quite a few hours on the roof in the sun, absolutely covered, completely dirty, so I'm gonna wait for it to dry. Now that we're done with the waterproofing, we're pretty much completely done with the roof. Obviously in the future, we're going to install rain gutters on the front of the house to capture and store rainwater, but we could wait a little bit. That doesn't have to be done immediately. Now that the roof is pretty much done, we can move on to other parts of the house. We definitely want to get these walls plastered so that we could seal them, protect them, and move on to some other stuff we need to get done to make sure that this house is livable. Obviously, we're kind of balancing time and money to get this house done, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as time and money allows, so hopefully it's livable eventually, sometime soon. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this week's video. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe if you wanna stay up to date on all the progress we're making on our home build here in Mexico. And if you wanna keep watching, I definitely recommend this video where we started with just the 4 walls and we stabilized and poured the concrete roof. That process was super interesting and everything we've been doing since then has been building upon that. So if you wanna stay up to date, definitely check that one out. I'll see you next time.